So when they are out together, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, everybody is looking like, dang, how did she get him? Oh my God, she is so lucky. And he is just, he has his shoulders pumped. Of course, he pumps her up every now and then and tell her, this is a great meal. Thank you for cooking, darling. Oh, I really like the way you iron my shirt. Nobody can iron a shirt like you, Queen of Pentacles. Nobody can clean a house like you. Nobody can bake a turkey like you. Nobody can, oh my God, I just love how you love me. Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's Jungle Beauty Goddess Oracle reading, child, I am going to give you a message from Spirit and some metaphysical tools to assist you on the journey to your dreams. But first, I'm going to go over the cards, and child, we're going to discuss the reading. I like to pick my cards in advance because every morning I do a reading for myself, and I like to look at the cards to look for insights, nuggets, little pieces of information that can help me make decisions. I am sharing this journey in these messages with you. So the first card I have is from Jungle Beauty Goddess Katara, who represents the root chakra. And her message is, know that you are beautiful just the way you are. The next card I have for you is from Jungle Beauty Goddess Chabi, who represents the sacral chakra. She says, the solar plexus. She said, you have the courage to stand up for yourself. The next card I have is from Mr. Dr. Lunar M. Crayer, the Moon Man, and it says, love speaks louder than words. And what a person's saying is not as loud as how they treat you and what they do, right? And the next card is, don't be afraid to walk away. And then to clarify and add a little bit more depth to the reading, darling, I use some oracle cards. Some tarot cards. So I have the King of Wands. I like to get my cards in focus. I have the Queen of Pentacles. This is my least favorite combination. We'll talk about it. I have the Six of Wands. And the Three of Swords. And I'll just give you guys my collective message from this reading. I think this deck is super beautiful. And then I have the Six of Coins, about equal give and take. And then I have the Hierophant, which is about lessons and rules and structure. All right. Now, I can't wait to get through it. Child. The Queen of Pentacles. Let's talk about her. The Queen of Pentacles represents a woman who is an overgiver, a nurturer. She's a successful businesswoman. She cooks, she cleans, she works all day, she gives. She's like a cow. People come, they get their milk and they leave, but this woman is wealthy, she's strong, and she has everything. She has money, she pays all her own bills, and she cooks, she washes, she irons, she has children she loves, she's a successful business person. The Queen of Pentacles is like Mother Earth. But in this reading, the masculine, is the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is not a person who, well, I'm not saying he's a person, but he represents vision and passion. Now, he doesn't come up with his own ideas, but he would definitely inspire you with your ideas, help you or, motivate a team, help people, guys, we can do this, we got this, that type of person. He's a good motivator. He is good looking and he knows it. And, but he's not a person who wrote his own book. I like to think of him as the producer. That's the way I like to think of the King of Wands. He is the producer. He doesn't write his own songs, but he will market your song. He doesn't have ideas of his own, but when he finds somebody who have ideas or dreams that they're working on, he can help them make connections, help them market themselves. He is, he has a fire energy. It's like, oh, I'm going to get your name out there. I'm going to let people know about you. But he doesn't have original ideas. Now, the thing about the King of Wands to me, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, this reminds me of a relationship where there really isn't a lot of equal give and take. She does all the cooking, the cleaning, the washing, the paying the bills, and man, does he look good. He looks good. And when she is out with him, she is so, women are just like, oh my God, how did you get him? Because usually people who are givers, for some reason, I don't want to say they let themselves go, but they don't embellish their earth suit as much. They don't take care of themselves as much because they're busy taking care of everybody else. So when they are out together, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, everybody is looking like, dang, how did she get him? Oh my God, she is so lucky. And he is just, he has his shoulders pumped. Of course, he pumps her up every now and then and tell her, this is a great meal. Thank you for cooking, darling. Oh, I really like the way you iron my shirt. Nobody can iron a shirt like you, Queen of Pentacles. Nobody can clean a house like you. Nobody can bake a turkey like you. Nobody can, oh my God, I just love how you love me. Now the thing about the King of Wands is that he's fire energy, right? And I think he represents Sagittarius, Leo. I can't think of the other fire sign. I'm probably missing them. But he's fire energy. And fire is the only element that needs to consume in order to exist. He needs, water is his own thing. Earth is his own thing. Air, right? But fire cannot exist without consuming something else. So by his very nature, this is just who he is. And the thing about him is that what makes him fire, the fact that he consumes, the fact that when she first met him, he was very romantic, and she fell in love with him immediately because of his good looks and his charm and, his kisses. But then over time, he consumed her. You know how sometimes when something burns and it turns to ashes and you can't burn ashes? But she's okay because she's earth. She's Mother Earth. Ashes turn into earth. But everybody is looking at this relationship like, how could you, be with a man who doesn't contribute, who does not bring equal value to the relationship, who doesn't show you affection, who seems to be using you, taking advantage of you. Everybody is looking, thinking, wow, this man is so charismatic. He's so magnetic. He's so attractive. He could have had any woman he wanted, but he ended up with you. And so people really feel sorry for her, right? People think like, Jesus, don't you want a man who adore you, who shows his affection for you, who praise you, who, you know what I mean? It's that relationship where everybody can see that the balance is missing, the balance, the equal give and take. But then for some reason, this relationship defies structure. You know, when we think the Hierophant, we think of old rules and tradition, and you know, the way things are supposed to be. We're thinking like, Jesus Christ, you know, this man, like, she has to, her heart is broken. I mean, he doesn't kiss her. He doesn't love her the way we think she needs to be loved. And we just wonder, when is this woman, when is she going to wake up to find a person who really appreciates her, who loves her, respects her, who deserves her love, right? So when I did this reading, and I titled it, "He Stopped Kissing Her a Long Time Ago." Because in the beginning, you know, he was just a romantic devil, and, you know, she was taken in by his charm, and she just said, "Come on, you can move in with me. Don't worry about the bills, baby. I got it," right? And I'm thinking, like, I need to do some type of, some type of charm type. She needs like a what I like to call it, magic therapy for self-love and self-esteem. And my thing was, let me get her some words of power. Let her do the best version of myself. Let her do self-confidence and self-esteem. That would be my suggestion. I actually have a magical jewelry line, which has herbs and oils and everything. I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but I would recommend this ring for her. It's for magnetic charm and beauty, and it has an adjustable band on it. And I thought, oh, she would, she could, maybe she could have some jewelry, do some self-esteem, some self-love type magical work, take some salt baths, go to the spa. That would be my suggestion for the Queen of Pentacles, so that she can love herself and be able to walk away. The Jungle Beauty Goddess. Where's my Jungle Beauty Goddess deck? Well, here's the pair of the cards. That, basically the cards are saying, look, love speaks louder than words. I know he's saying he loves you, but is he showing you that he loves you? He seems to, he takes longer to get dressed than you. He doesn't, he doesn't even remember to get you flowers. He just seems to be the guy who tell you, oh God, that pot roast was delicious. And when you walk, he loves styling and profiling, and he loves how all the women flirt with him, because they all think, oh my God, anybody can take him from her, because she's not as attractive as all of these other beautiful, gorgeous women that he should have physically paired with. Jungle Beauty Goddess Charlie says, you have the courage to stand up for yourself, darling. He's telling this Queen of Pentacles, child, you don't need to put up with this. This man is a complete loser. Jungle Beauty Goddess Katara, her message is, know that you are beautiful just the way you are. So she's kind of telling her, look, maybe you don't have the physique of the other girls, and maybe you're not as beautiful, or maybe, the Queen of Pentacles, she's a very wealthy woman. She does it all. She does it all. She's, excuse me, in terms of cooking and cleaning, and, she has her own business, and she's very successful, and she's very nurturing, and she's very giving. And, the cards say, don't be afraid to walk away, girl. You the full package. You got everything. You don't need this king of wands taking advantage of you, using you, abusing you, neglecting you. Well, he's not really abusing her. It's just more of neglect. So, you guys know, on my channel, I like to consult with my skull and my star alien beings. And so I was talking to my appetite skull being, Now, I should give them names. They don't have names. I just haven't named them yet because I don't know. For some reason, I feel like, what if I name them something and they already know who they are? You know how sometimes, like with the Native Americans, you know, people go to somebody's country and then decide to call them Indians, and they already had names for themselves. Like, just because something is a part of your life, it doesn't mean that you know everything about them, or that they don't already have their own identity. So I'm just saying, for this skull appetite being, I hold it to my head and I ask for advice. Like, is there anything we can do to help the Queen of Pentacles? Child, this skull being blew my mind. Blew my mind. So let me tell you what the skull being said about this situation. That the Queen of Pentacles was the girl in school that all the other girls made fun of, because she didn't look like the cheerleaders, or she didn't have classic good looks. Maybe she was never that girl that the boys chased. As a matter of fact, she was teased and she was ridiculed and she was abused, because she didn't look like everybody else, or because she wasn't beautiful, or she wasn't gorgeous. But she always had straight A's and she always was very successful. He said, or she said, this skull being, that it is her pleasure to have access to the King of Wands, a boy who would have never loved her in school. He would have never looked at her. He would have never asked her out for a date. He would have never kissed her. But because of her success and because he needs to consume, he could not survive with the other girls who are physically attractive, or who compete with him in terms of charisma and magnetism and charm. So he needs to be with a woman who takes care of him. And she loves, this is what this star appetite, my appetite skull being said, the Queen of Pentacles, it puffs her chest out, and she feels so much pride and dignity when all of the girls who are so much more beautiful than she is drool at the fact that she have a man that they cannot afford. I'm like, what? She said, yes, people sometimes need to mind their own business. We go around thinking that, oh my God, this person is too good for this person because they are physically attractive. He said the King of Wands, he enjoys being adored by her. He enjoys being taken care of by her. And she enjoys giving to him, taking care of him, and loving him. That she is happy, and that all the people who see them and feel that their life should be different because maybe they feel like, well, the girl should be the pretty one or the attractive one. But my skull appetite being says, this is a very, very happy couple that are very balanced, and it is just the outside world who is telling them how they should be and what their relationship should look like. Now, thank you so much. Now, this message this is not the way I would have done this reading. This is one of the things I love about asking for a message from my star alien beings or my skull beings is I always get a perspective that would have not occurred to me. But anyway, guys, the purpose of this message is what I'm going to say. If you're a girl and you're in a relationship and you don't feel like you're being respected and you're bringing everything to the table, I would say, oh, get this beauty and charm ring. This is one of the things I sell in my shop. It's very, very powerful. I would say, oh, you can do the Words of Power by Damon Brand for self-confidence. There's one called be the most lovable version of yourself, work on your self-esteem, go to Reiki, that type of stuff. But the skull being is saying that, just like another thing that came to me when I was talking to my skull appetite being, is that when we see a man who is wealthy and he has a woman who is very attractive and youthful, and we look and say, we never think, we all look what he said, we look at those relationships like, well, she is trading her beauty for his money. And he says that this can happen in male, and women can sometimes carry the masculine energy and the guy carries the feminine energy, but it doesn't matter. It's balanced, because the trade-off is something that both people are getting something out of. I really hope this reading helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video.